So the first piece of news that we're going to touch on this week on Slag is about, I would have to say, a week ago. Um, this was kicking around all over social media. It's one of those things that even the non-Transformer friends are sending it to you on
Oh
Facebook.
my god, I got tagged way too much on these
Yeah,
things.
it's the classic. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I know. Did you get it yet? Did you get it yet? It's not out yet.
Hey,
What is it? Is it?
hey, Proto Man, did you get that thing I sent you? You get that thing, right? That thing I sent
it,
you.
it did you know that they're going to make a live action Transformers movie? I'll never forget that one. Um, So what we're referring to is it's a third-party product, which amazingly a lot of these people that have been sharing this on the internet don't realize because they don't really know what third-party is. Most of them. Senpower MPPP10. Um, it's a auto-transforming, masterpiece-sized, more or less, G1 Optimus Prime, and when I say auto transforming in a very internal mechanical electrical way, I've seen stuff like this over the past half decade coming out of Japan and China. A lot of these automated robots and stuff that manage to, like, even if they fall over, they're able to pick themselves up and stuff. Like, I've seen a lot of this kind of rock'em sock'em robots kind of engineering, but a group of guys, which I don't know the name of the company. I apologize. It's just Senpower. Maybe that's the name of the company. And on, it was August 19th that on one of the Chinese websites, a piece of footage from clearly what looks like someone's kitchen table or their dining room table, the resin version of this was shown. And it's interesting because it says transform, and it has a voice, and then it transforms, and it does an amazing job of literally going from car to truck and excuse me, robot mode to truck and truck to robot mode, and standing itself up and putting itself back down properly. And obviously doing what when we think of the original G1 Optimus Prime transformation, it's a twist and turn of that. It's a little different in order to achieve that, so that he's standing upright and he's able to lie down and do the transformation properly. But it does an amazing job at it. Like, it does an absolutely amazing job at it, and it has a good final silhouette where you're almost imagining in your mind, because of this auto transformation, oh, it's going to probably be very blocky too, like a lot of one-step transformers or three-step transformers that involve some kind of manual transformation in retail. But no, this is something that has a very good final look to it. And then approximately about a week afterwards, not too long after we record this, uh, there was a color version of this that started kicking around, and that was the one that social media was really running with. Was this the final colored version of this, which still has the transform and stuff, voice, and it looks great. It looks absolutely great. Um, I'm actually kind of excited about this because this is a strong indication of the future of different kind of third party stuff. What do you think?
I think it's pretty cool. The transformation kind of reminds me of Power Master Optimus Prime a little bit, where like
Yeah,
its back is the grill, and in the front it has its own like ab section that's supposed to be the grill, but it isn't. Then it actually pulls from the arms coming the arms where the fists would be is the headlights kind of thing from G1, and probably pulls a little bit from MP10 a little bit. That's why they call it
yeah,
MPPP10 because
yeah.
they're
It's
kind of
three P's
yeah,
for people who've been paying attention. Three
so
P's.
they're kind of like aping it a little bit. So that's pretty interesting.
Well, again, the evolution of the Optimus Prime transformation design, moving from the G1 toy,
The
the
flat
original
nose
master,
too.
yeah, but like in terms of like the original flat nose Optimus Prime transformation toy, when it was the original G1, and then when they did a twist on it with the original MPO1, and then they took the original MPO1 and they made it a lower price point when they did it with the Robot Masters line,
Mm.
where it was like a mini MPO1, and then them constantly seeing how could we make the same final look from a flat nose car to that Optimus Prime with that chest in all these different price points in the past, whether it be a small little Legends figure that pulled it off, which did a very good job of it, with that same twisting ab,
Hmm.
and that was a Legends price point at like 5.99, you know. So
Or even
there's a lot.
movie aesthetics Prime into the flat nose,
Oh yeah, of
which
course,
is
yeah, even
like,
that one too.
which
Yeah,
blew my mind.
so it's something that clearly these guys looked at all the different engineering cues that have existed throughout the years of just how an Optimus Prime turns from the flat nose truck into a robot, applying that with a lot of the robotic engineering that I've seen um, outside of this.
Yeah, like
Um,
the
you,
sumo robots kind of thing, like where they have
yeah,
these robots, they
exactly that
fight
kind,
each other and they fall down
and
and they pick up.
they're able to pick themselves up, and that's one thing that's to notice with this video that's circulating is when he transforms. At one point, he uses both of his fists to kind of foot himself into his truck mode, and it does a great job. It does a very good job at doing that. And I mean, this is something that I'll never forget. Like when Armada Optimus Prime came out, like its biggest selling point for me was the fact that when you transformed the cab separately, the trailer automatically transformed,
Ah,
and and to this day you could knock the engineering of Armada toys in general, but this thing went from trailer to base mode, like an open base mode, when you transformed it from uh, you took the cab off the front truck part. You transformed it from truck to robot mode, and when you transformed it from truck to robot mode, it sent a IR signal to the trailer to transform into a base, and it did it automatically through levers and electronics and everything, and all kinds of gears. And then when you transformed the robot mode into the top half of the super robot mode, the then base would transform into the legs.
mm,
And it would pick itself up off the ground and
right.
push itself upward. And to me, that was the most fascinating thing ever. It was just the most amazing idea. And they never played anything off from that since. They have yet to go in that direction. Yeah, we'd get like the stealth force, um, what's the line I'm reminded of? It had magnets, and it also had you pushed a button and everything opened up slowly.
Oh, I don't remember that. Was that how recent was that?
Starcom. Like so they had kind of that Starcom kind of engineering going on, but it was something that relied on you pushing a button and then something would automatically transform slowly. But there wasn't anything that really worked on that full kind of transformation stuff from a Hasbro side of things. This Senpower thing, I'm 200% sure Hasbro and Takara are watching this and going like, we got to step up.
Mm,
This is something that's, I mean, will I get it? It's probably going to be expensive as hell.
yeah.
Um,
These
but
things don't come
it's
cheap.
not so much. It's not so much will I get it, is so much as I want this to exist, because this is only good from a creative and competition standpoint between Hasbro, Takara, and the third party guys and what they're doing. And this is something that I would love to see more of from other Transformers, because it's what we've always wanted in a lot of ways, to kind of have that Transformer to life kind of product that isn't just a one step Transformer that you have to initiate.
Yeah. I want to know, does it do anything else? Does it walk? Does it, like, we're only seeing two videos of it transform. That's it. We don't even know if it walks. We don't even know if it, well, I mean, sound chips are pretty cheap.
If it walks, that's a whole new dynamic. If it does,
That's
that'd be
that's what I
amazing.
want to know, cuz even with the robots that fight each other and stuff, they have like little sensors. They know, okay, I have to go over here. I have to balance out. Then okay, I'm gonna fight this guy and knock him down. And then when he knocks down, they're all little, they got little programs and stuff like that in them. I want to know if this guy walks. When he transforms into his alt mode into the cab, does it can it move? Can it drive? That's what I want to know as well. Um, so far, from what I'm seeing in this video, the wheels they touch the ground. Yeah, yeah, I think.
I
The
I'm look I look at the resin one, because at least with the resin one you get more of a transparency of what's going on,
hmm
and you're not distracted by the reds and blues that would become of the color one.
hmm
I get a feeling the wheels don't move.
Probably not.
They're not mechanical. There's no axle on them,
Hmm.
so much that could give enough drive power. Also, the resin is using what looks like resin wheels.
Mm.
So if if you're going to be using something that's going to be moving an amount of weight, you want to
Like
have
rubber or some kind of
surface
grip.
grip.
Yeah,
So surface grip would only come from a rubber
some
tire,
kind of
not a plastic
traction.
one. Like whenever they have toys that are drifting cars, they always use plastic tires because they want to have that you don't have grip,
Mm.
that you want to be drifting. In this case, if you want to have something that's moving heavy electronics and all these gears and metal, you want to have rubber tires. So I don't know, maybe it's an early form of the prototype and then there will be, I don't know, but this is all us just,
Yeah.
spitballing right
Oh,
now.
and
Based
also one more thing. How like when this one, the colored one came out, how much did you think that someone just photoshopped it to have color?
I honestly I thought it was a one at first I thought it was 100% someone photoshopped it. But then in the end, it was clearly it was not the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did look like it at one point, which it was almost a given. That always happens where we get resins of something, and then there's always the one guy who's like, well, let's see how it looks colored
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
Which, I'm always thankful that people do that because it gives us an idea, even in that early on stage, even if we're not patient enough to just wait for it. But yeah, Senpower MPPP10, three P's. Um, from Senpower, I guess, unless I'm wrong. Someone post in the comment section if there is an actual name for this company. But yeah, I dig it. Do you dig it?
Yeah, yeah, I dig it. Moving forward, man. I'm always impressed by the technology and the engineering that comes to Transformers. Keeps me. That's what keeps me here.